Shalom family and fellow citizens of the African Order. I'm here with another video, and the topic of this discussion is the Breanna Taylor saga continues. Let me give you a little update on how this tragedy took place. Some months ago, Breanna Taylor was asleep in her apartment. The police come in the middle of the night, busting through the door. Her boyfriend fired at who he thought were burglars. The police fired back, shooting Breanna Taylor 8 times, killing her dead. They then turned around and blamed the boyfriend for firing at the police first, and then they arrested him. And this is a pivotal moment in this story because it is important for our people to survive the encounters with the police. Because had Kenneth Walker got killed, the only people left alive to tell their version of what happened would be the police, and we could not put the truth in their hands, but they're going to twist it to protect them. He has stated that they did not announce who they were. When they investigated them, they found out that the police were in possession of a no-knock warrant, which means they didn't have to announce themselves. They came there with the full intention of not announcing their presence. So they then let my man out of jail. And after that, the wheels started turning. They're trying to pin other things on Breanna Taylor, saying that she was part of some large drug ring, arresting a boyfriend, previous boyfriend, giving him a plea deal that if you implement Breanna Taylor in your crimes, we'll give you probation and you can walk. Just implement Breanna Taylor. And why is it so important for the police to do this? Because disparaging or justifying their actions against our people is more important than the job they were sworn to uphold. They'd rather let a criminal walk the street just to disparage a dead person, to justify killing her. And we see how once the police make an arrest, it's out of their hands. It now goes to the prosecutor, and he decides whether charges are going to be brought or not. Then it goes to the courts, and they're prosecuting the courts are making deals to get my man to implement Breanna Taylor. Do you see how systematically they are attacking Breanna? And not just Breanna, all our people. These are people of one unit. So it's not just the police that you got to worry about. It's the prosecutors. It's the courts. It's everything. That's like blaming an arm, but not the body. The arm does not act independent. It had to get a message from somewhere for it to do what it do. And when you see instances like this, you have your Sambos and your Auntie Mamas always coming out the woodwork, coming to defend Whitey for what they done. And you got two of the biggest Sambos I've ever seen in my life, Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. Now, a couple of years ago, when this police thing first started coming up, well, not even first started coming up, it was like when Colin Kaepernick was first started this protest, and the police started really getting a bad rap. One white police officer, what he do? He go out and he gets Shaquille O'Neal to go back to the hood and play basketball with some of the black kids, just to put a good image, in the neighborhood. Make people think, oh, the white cop brought Shaquille, he brought Shaq, he brought Shaq. Years later, when Papa John was facing a discriminatory lawsuit, and Papa John had to step down, who did they put on the board? Shaquille O'Neal. See, he's their token Sambo. Whenever whites need a positive image to come up, they hired Shaq. And Charles Barkley, this guy's a special breed. He's just as dumb. Maybe it's the oxygen that's so thin, because he's about 6'8", whatever it is. He's just not getting enough oxygen to his brain. But that when Shaq is a couple inches taller than him, so maybe that's why he's the way he is too. To come out and blame Breanna Taylor's boyfriend for shooting at the police, who he in his right mind believed were criminals breaking into his home in the middle of the night. Then you got the Sambo police chief, Craig. He coming out. Not only do he want his biscuits, but he want butter and syrup on them as well. He's talking about how the facts have changed. Now we know that the police did announce themselves. And how did he determine that? Based on 1 person out of 12. 1 person out of 12 changed their story after being interviewed 3 previous times. 2 or 3. And on the 3rd time they interviewed him, then the person recanted. I'm the only one. And now you're going to discredit everything else the other 11 people said. It takes a lot to change fact. Fact is, before it becomes fact, it's speculation, innuendo, suspicion. And then once it's confirmed, investigated, and determined whether it's true or not, that's what makes it or prevents it from becoming a fact. 1 person going against 11 other people, it's not enough. Well, it shouldn't be enough to change fact from just saying one thing to saying another. Let me try to put this in perspective. Let's say a man had in his mind that WAP could keep him happy. That's all a man wants, is a woman with some WAP. And you get her. And every day at work, you see your co-workers pulling out home-cooked meals. Things that their woman then packed for them. Little note attached to them. Love you, husband or boyfriend, sweetie. Can't wait to see you. You in there getting your Kentucky Fried Chicken, your Wendy's, Churches, whatever. You never getting a home-cooked meal. You come home, your house is a mess. But you got that WAP. You can't let her talk to anybody because all she gonna talk about is her WAP. Then you start to realize, wait a minute. I'm her 3rd boyfriend that she had in the last year and a half. If this WAP was so crucial, why are these other guys holding on to her? It's things like this that makes you start to doubt whether you should believe it or not. And transversely, from a woman's perspective. If all she think what she need to keep her happy is bad, that's all she want, a man with bad. And I'll be straight. And then you get a man with bad. And when you working and he's at home, and you come home and he's sitting at the same table playing the same video game that you was playing when you left. This man protects you, not at all, provides nothing for you but bad. You sitting there on the nightstand looking at your bills piling up. Then look over there in the corner and all you see piling up over there is just stacks of Jordans. You're going to start to question yourself. Is bad enough? How long should I just settle for just bad? What if a guy came along, a good guy, and he just had lad? Wouldn't the difference between a man with lad that had a job that provided and protected you, cared for you outside of the bedroom, wouldn't that be enough to justify you leaving? And the thing is, when a woman get frustrated enough, she'll leave a man with BAD for a man with just AD. Just give me AD. I don't care. Just make sure this guy is well-rounded. He work, he provide. I can talk to him, I can have a conversation with him. I can learn from him, he can learn from me. It's a sad woman or a sad man that will be satisfied with a woman with just WAP or a man with just bad. It's a sad testimony for those people. And when I look at what my people are getting from this system here, is it enough to justify the treatment that we're getting? When you look at the disrespect we getting socially, judicially, economically, politically, what are we getting from this country that's justifying us staying in this situation? When is something else going to draw our attention to the possibility that another way may be better? Are you telling me that the same things you're doing for this liking, to put food on your table and take care of your family, you telling me that you can't think of a way to do that for yourself? Why do you got to work for them to put food on your table when you can work for yourself and put food on your table? The same thing you're doing for them, you can do for you. All you got to do is recreate it. I'm watching a video the other day, and they were talking about all the inventions that blacks had created in the past. And these are all industries today that we purchase. Cell phone, air conditioner, street light, whatever. Fire extinguisher. It was just a big old list. The thing is, we can recreate these inventions and build businesses and industries and then start buying them all for ourselves. That would be a game changer. Because see, the thing is this: life is to be enjoyed, not endured. It should not be a struggle to work, provide for your home, find some time to relax. That's not life. But this is the life that we're accustomed to because we got all our hopes and resources put into somebody who's been our eternal enemy. There's never been a time in our life when we live with peace and harmony amongst these people, or these lichens. And it's time we realized that and started thinking about a way of doing it for ourselves, which I happen to have. So anybody interested, just put in the comment. And let me conclude this video with this. Facts do not change. Opinions do. And the fact of the matter is, blacks are never going to get the just us, the respect, and the prosperity we need when the economics, the courts, the laws, and the ability to enforce them is all relying on just them. We have got to change that. And coming together just for the sake of coming together is not enough. Voting just to vote is not enough. Building businesses just to build businesses is not enough. Changing laws just to change law is not enough. We have to do all of these things. Not one of those things by itself is going to change the course of our people. It will change some people individually, but as a whole, it will do nothing. So again, if we can't do all of these things, it means nothing. And that's exactly what my purpose for doing these videos are, to get us to do all of these things and provide for ourselves. There's nothing we do for them that we can't do for us to put food on our table. I'm going to end this video here, and if you like this video, please share it. And with this video, as with all my videos, it is for the complete liberation of my people, and I'll see you in my next message. Ashe.